Hey guys, Chris from Tillman Family Farms. So it would appear that we struck a nerve last week. This has been going on for us for 2 years. 2 years. So, number one, I'd like to point out I appreciate everybody's comments. There's tons and tons of comments on it. We've gotten emails and text messages and all kinds of stuff from all sorts of people. People wanting to write articles, people from government in different parts of the state, all wanting to know if they can help in any way. I don't know. Is it too little, too late? You know, when I was able to get in front of Tyler Harper, that is the current Georgia Agricultural Commissioner, he seemed genuinely concerned. And then shortly thereafter, I received a letter from the Georgia Department of Agriculture that stated how I can go about obtaining grants and loans and things like that to build the facilities that are now required. Well, guess what? I don't want to go in debt. I don't want to go out and borrow a bunch of money to do this stuff. I don't want to feed the world. I want to feed my freaking community. I want to feed the people that are right here around me with a better choice than the freaking chemical-drenched crap than you can buy at the grocery store. Okay? Simple, real simple stuff. We don't feed any of that stuff. We don't spray crap around here. None of that stuff, right? And that's all I want to do. But yet, I guess big politics and big agriculture, big business and all that stuff just trumps everything. And you know, it is what it is. So anyhow, I am doing my best to reach back out, answer as many comments as I feel have some girth to them, answer emails. I very well may do the interview for the article. He even said that, you know, hey, we can do this and we don't even have to use your name. And I thought about it. I really don't care. I mean, what the hell are they going to do to me now? What are they going to do? They're going to come take legitimate licenses away for eggs and pork and beef and all that. I mean, what are they going to do? Nothing. They can't do anything. I've had a lot of people that have said, you know, hey man, just keep your mouth shut and just do what you want to do. And we thought about that, but you know, we're also law-abiding citizens. I don't speed. I don't steal. I mean, all those things. Those are law-abiding things. And when it comes to this, we want to do it the right way. Whether that's, you know, difficult or whatever, we want to go and take the steps to, you know, be lawful so that we're not breaking the law. And those are really, really big things in my mind. I don't, if it ever came down to that, you know, if everybody on my street within a mile and a half or 2 miles had to eat, and we were the only ones that could help them to achieve that, would I break the law in extreme situations and grow birds and you know, help with anything and everything that I have around here? Absolutely I would. I'm not going to watch people go hungry. Absolutely not. I don't see that right now. Yeah, you hear food shortages, this, that, or whatever. You know, so we do go to the grocery store for a few things. We were there last night and the shelves were full. They were expensive, but they were full. So there's no food shortages. So I'm not going down that road. But you know, what I'm trying to figure out now is, do I want to fight this? I've been out of growing birds to sell them for almost 2 years. Like, this was a moot point. I wanted to do these videos to enlighten other people in the state of Georgia so that they didn't have to go through the same pains that we did when it came to this. So I was trying to save them the trouble and also hopefully save me having to write the same story time and time again in emails and text messages. Not that I mind doing that. I will help anybody that wants to get into farming, especially at a young age. Farming is a kind of a dying something, and you know, if you really think about it really hard, I'm not a full-blown farmer. My wife does it every day, but we're still, I mean, like, this is not what we rely on as an income. We do make a little money here and there, but it's not what we do day in, day out, all day long. I mean, but there's people out there that want to get into doing that and that are aspired to do that. And at one time I was, until I came to the sad realization that, number one, I don't have enough property to be able to grow and do enough things here to have diversity and to scale up and all that kind of stuff. We are in an extremely strange place. So there's land, there's not many farms, because this is a very, very, very old farming community. Hell, there's not even a real like state farmers market in Columbus anymore. It's still there, but it hasn't been used for that in years. So if you want to go to a farmers market that's a state dock type farmers market like you used to see, you gotta go all the way to Atlanta to see that stuff in Georgia now. There might be some in some little small pocket towns that I don't know about, but pop-up markets is about all you get here, and people that grow a market garden will have vegetables, and then people like us will come up and they'll have meats and things like that. So it's dying, and I will help and talk to and give advice to anybody that wants it. You just have to bear with me, because I get a lot of messages. I work a 40 to 50 hour week job as it is, and my time is limited, but I will answer anything and everything that I receive at some point in time. So bear with me. Other than that, I don't know. I'm torn. You know, this is, somebody made it apparent to me, you know, hey, this is how Joel Salatin became famous. You know, he fought rules and he fought regulations and all this so that he could do what he wanted to do. And you're right, he did. I have a lot of things on my plate, and I'm not sure if I'm the guy to do that, right? So had a heart attack last year. You know, health is kind of up and down a little bit with the things that I can and can't do. Even if I do have all of this in me to go out and do this, which I don't know, maybe I do. I just don't know how fast it would happen. You know, I mean, there's people out there now that are actively looking to buy property to do this. And I'm not telling you that you can't do this. There is a processor in the state of Georgia that is a USDA processor that will process your birds, Atlanta Poultry Processing. It's expensive. It adds a lot of money to your birds. They use a lot of the same equipment that a farm like us would buy and use. And that equipment is sure enough used, right? They break down some. I've heard some horror stories about people that take their birds and you have to wait for them. You know, it's not like USDA processing for beef or pork or anything like that. Like that stuff, you can't pick it up until it's frozen. Chicken, man, they want you waiting in the parking lot. You taking that stuff home, you know, still thawed out in a package, and you got to go take care of that stuff. So it's just different. And those things cost time, they cost money, and all sorts of stuff. So you can have it done. It just makes your product very, very expensive. And if you're in the right market, you might be able to get somebody to buy that. Where I'm at, not so much. So it adds a lot of money to what we do, and we just can't make it make sense for us. So if we can't process it and we can't pass that savings on to our customer, then we're just not going to do it. Look up the USDA's pastured poultry exemption guidelines, and then look up the Georgia. There's not even even in the licenses now. I went back and there's not even a section for the licenses that we used to buy. It's a poultry product dealer or something like that license now. I went back after the last video. I went back to look and see if things had changed, if there were any licenses issued in the state, and the friggin' category's not even there anymore. You can still Google the Georgia small poultry guidelines, and they say from 1,000 to 20,000 birds. So they may have just changed it all the way around in the last 2 years when I'm not paying attention. But it used to be that it was under 1,000, and then it was 1,000 to 20,000, or maybe it was 1,000 to 5,000 or something like that. But I truly believe that there should be different guidelines for whatever scale you are. I don't mind the testing, I don't mind the reporting, I don't mind the temperature readings for chill tanks and all that stuff, because we were kind of doing that stuff anyway, right? We were trying to make sure that it was a race to get everything to 40 degrees when you're processing birds. So yeah, I mean, I agree with some of that stuff, but your own sewer systems, bathrooms in the building when my house is 50 feet away, you know, I mean, we're not talking about employees if you're doing 1,000 birds. You're talking about your son and mom and pops and your neighbor that wants to learn how to do it, and all those things. I'm not employing people here, so I don't need a men's and women's bathroom and all this just off the wall stuff. You know, composting regulations, for whatever reason, now organic material can't decay if it's just in a big ass pile. You have to follow these regulations, and you have to build this thing, and it has to be covered, and it has to have temperature measurements taken at certain times and all this. You know what? God's been making organic stuff rot since the beginning of time. Georgia doesn't have to tell me how to run a damn compost pile, but that's what they say. If you want to compost your remains from chicken processing, that's the only way you can do it. Yeah, it's just it's crazy. So, you know, it's a toss-up right now as to whether or not I want to get involved and fight this stuff. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. But we did have such a response to that video that I wanted to do some kind of follow-up just to talk to you guys and let you know what my thoughts were. Go back to that video and read the comments on that thing. Man, this fired some people up bad, from both sides. Yeah, I mean, more the right than the left, but there's some left comments in there that some of them I didn't even understand. I'm not sure what they were drinking, or I don't know what they were doing when they were writing that stuff. But anyhow, I don't know. The jury's out on whether or not I'm going to fight this. Very well may do an interview on it. And like I said, I've been talking to someone that was in, the bugs are wearing me out this morning. Been talking to somebody that was in politics in North Georgia, and he has offered up some help, some contacts, and all kinds of stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe I should have done that video 2 years ago. I kind of did a video 2 years ago when they shut us down, and kind of went over why and all that stuff, but I guess I didn't understand the validity of what was happening back then. So I don't know. I know that it put a lot of people out, and a lot of people that depended on that extra little piece of the pie for their farm business. And I'm gonna tell you, there's people out there that are not like me. They're out there doing it, and you know what? Good for you. You just do it. Don't talk about it. Don't comment on these videos. Just watch and laugh and do what you want to do, because I know if you're anything like me, when you put your name on that package, that you paid a whole lot more attention to that guy that's making a crappy wage at the freaking processing plant. I mean, there's no way that you did a worse job than that guy over there, because that guy over there doesn't give a crap. He just wants a check on Friday, and that's it. That's the way it goes. They don't buy in. They're not owners of the company and things like that. They're not putting their name out there for people to get mad and upset about if something goes wrong or bad or whatever. So yeah, I could get mad and just keep going on and on. Anyhow, I'm thinking about it. So you guys get down there, tell me what you think. If we had all 18,000 people that watched the last video could all get involved with some kind of petition or something like that, that we could start and get signed and maybe send on, maybe that would be something that could get us started, at least moving in the right direction. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get some advice on that if we go down this road. But Tell me what you think down in the comments. Tell me if you would support it, and you know, if it's something that you're actually out there trying to do, right? So anyhow, I'm gonna shut this one down. I appreciate you guys watching. Keep on doing what you're doing. Don't let the government stuff get you down, and we'll see you on the next video.